Hello friends, welcome back. I'm Hassan. You're watching Preston Every Design. Today's video is going to be a little longer than my usual videos because we have so much to cover in this one video. It's been a couple of weeks since my last video because so much has been happening in my family. Earlier this month, I became a United States citizen after 26 years in America. You guys, if you used to watch my Coming to America stories, you would know how special and important that milestone is to me. But also it's been spring break, so I've been taking my son in and out of town for activities. We've had so much going on. So for today's video, we're going to be flipping a table and 6 chairs. We're going to be painting a hutch, and we're also going to be doing some decopaging. And finally, we are going to reset my booth inside Roots and Relics in Rosenberg, Texas. So let's get started. In true Preston Every Design form, we don't do our videos without doing any housekeeping tasks. So let's go back to the workshop and get some work done really quick. If anyone wants to know why I got a storage unit, you are looking at it. So this is currently the condition of my workshop. You guys, this is like a revolving door situation here. I clean it up and it gets full because I'm always sourcing. Obviously, I have to source. That's how I make money. So currently I have this hutch here that needs to be painted. Here's the bottom part of it. I have a cedar chest that needs to be stripped and painted. I've got some nightstands here, and I'm also working on this table here. The goal for today is to reclaim the workshop, so I'm going to be cleaning up little different sections so that I can reconfigure and make space. Some of these things need to go to storage. These are the results of this weekend's sourcing from auction and the Peaker sale that I went to. So this is what I'm going to do. I've got my handy dandy egg timer here. I'm going to set it for every section. So I'm going to start right there on that back cabinet right there. I'm gonna clean up the stuff on top because that needs to be processed. Actually, there's a project here that needs to be finished. I can't because I'm out of poly right now, so once I get poly I'll finish that. It's a decoupage project in progress, but I'm gonna clean off the back here, and then what I will do is put some of those unfinished projects that I'm not ready to work on, like the nightstands. I'm gonna stack them up there so that I can start freeing up some of that room. Oh my goodness, look. You know, I used to be embarrassed about showing things like this, but not anymore. I mean, it is what it is. If you're in the industry, you completely understand. So today we need to make some room because Tuesday I need to get spraying. So let's see how much we get done. And here we are. So all of these pieces were currently in the way of me painting, and I have just stuck them on top of this cabinet. I can still get inside, so they're fine here for now, and they don't need to go to storage because I plan on working on these in the very, very near future. So as soon as probably next week or the week after that, because we need to finish working on that table. Let me show you the progress I'm making right now. So all of that space, all those things were cramped right there in that space, but now we're getting there. We're making progress, you guys. Also, I took a few things from under the tent, so I'm going to keep working, and before I'm done I'm going to show you the aftermath, and the goal is to make sure that I have room to work. I am doing one of my least favorite things to do, and that is stripping anything. I have the strip on here. It's called Clean Strip. It's supposed to be really good for the environment. It's been sitting for about 30 minutes. I tried to scrape up a portion and it wasn't ready, so I'm gonna let it sit for a while. They say you can let it sit for up to 24 hours before you start scraping. I'm not in a rush. I just wanted to get the stripper on there so that it can start doing its thing, and then I'll be tackling other projects. I came by the storage. It's super early and super cold because I need these chairs to start, preparing them. Sorry, I'm tired. I wanted to start working on them for the dining table. I've decided I'm going to do a 6-seater. So I'm going to do these 4, and I have 2 more that will be captain's chairs at the house. I did bring in this little piece that I finished. I don't want to take it to the shop right now, but it is ready to go. And the reason I don't want to take it is because I don't want to have too many small pieces. So right now I have about 5 little pieces about this size or smaller in the booth. And so I'm going to store this one here for when something sells, just so that I don't have too many small pieces, because that tends to look cluttered. I've done it in the past and I've learned my lesson. I am using liquid sandpaper just to keep things really easy, and I'm using a toothbrush here and I'm dipping it in the liquid sandpaper, and what I'm doing is going in here in these details, because chairs, you know, usually belong in the kitchen or in the dining room. There's usually a lot of oil buildup, and oils will totally mess up your paint job. To avoid that, cleaning and degreasing is really important. And I'm not going to sand this. This is all the cleaning I'm going to do. I'm letting the liquid sandpaper do its job, and then I'm going to wipe it off with a lint-free clean cloth, and that would be all, and these will be ready for painting. Once the chairs were clean, I did start painting the table base. This was really easy. I just cleaned it with the same liquid sandpaper, and then I painted it using my paint sprayer. And once the base was done, I then moved on to the chairs. And the chairs were a little bit cumbersome because getting in between those little spaces actually took a lot more time than I had anticipated, and a lot more paint. Once the table and chairs were done, I moved on to the bottom part of this hutch. Guys, wait until you see this hutch. This thing turned out absolutely beautiful. It was super heavy, but it was worth all the trouble. I got it from auction, so picking it up from auction, bringing it to the workshop, painting it, and then taking it to the booth, it was a lot of work. However, when you see this at the end, it was worth every bit of trouble. When I first started my business, I used to do a lot of signs, and as I've evolved, I've really gotten away from that look. I don't really like it. Actually, it's not my style. I was just doing it as part of the trend. So it hurts me, but I'm going to paint over this sign, and I'm going to turn it into something that would suit more of my decor style to put into my booth. Step 1 is to cover the whole sign in white paint, because we're going to decoupage, and with decoupage you want a white surface because it makes your decoupage paper stand out. My plan is to try something new today. I'm going to do some blending so that I can make this decoupage paper look like it's a painting to cover this entire board. Well, hey, no time like the present to try new things. And here he is, guys. He turned out so cute, and he looks great in the booth. He actually sold within 3 hours for $85. So he sold so quickly that I had some more decoupage paper, and I decided to go ahead and make some more. And as you watch this video, they have also sold. They sold that same day. So if you do have this decoupage paper, go ahead and make use some of these for Easter. They sell like hotcakes. Here is what these looked like. So we are now at the booth, and we're going to start this booth reset. Wanted to start by cleaning up and doing a little bit of dusting. This display here has been selling really well, but it's starting to feel a little too busy now. I've had it for a couple of weeks, and I'm ready to thin it out and just kind of reconfigure it, because we do need to move it anyway. I am going to be putting in that dining table and chairs, and this entire display here, it's up a lot of room. So I'm wiping down things as I go before I move them so that I'm not doing twice the work.
You are my shelter from the storm. You keep me safe inside your wings. You are my comfort when life gets hard. You lead me to water to drink. And now I trust your gentle hand, even when I can't understand. I know your voice, I'm not afraid. Walking with me at the same pace. My companion, my confidant, you will be true when I am not, and when I give you my injuries. Through your grace, I find your peace. And now I trust your gentle hand, even when I can't understand. I know your voice, I'm not afraid. Walking with me at the same pace. And now I trust your gentle hand, even when I can't understand. I know your voice, I'm not afraid. Walking with me at the same pace.
I see you, I close my eyes and I see you. I feel you, I sense you're always there. I hear you, your voice I hear so clearly. So near me, I see you everywhere. And my eyes are filled with tears as you strip me off.
Now that those two sections are done, I'm moving on to this section here, and I do need to clear this section out completely and relocate this bookcase because this is the ideal spot for that hutch. So everything does need to move away. By the way, if you hear any background noises, just please excuse me. My 15-month-old is here, she's awake, and I do need to get this video going, so you might even hear some nursery rhymes in the background. Just bear with me.
So I stand before you naked and as I am. You fill me with a love too great to understand. tears of joy. I never cry for pain. I never cry for pain. You heard me, I called your name and you heard me.
Alright, I do have the table in. First we're going to go ahead and set it in, and I'm going to show you what it looks like, and then the next day I will come back and bring that hutch, and then we will do the final reveal. But for now, this is what the space looks like before we bring that hutch in. Later on that day, I went back home to finish the top part of the hutch. I did have to remove the backing because it was that mirror, and you guys have told me in the past that mirrors are very old school, so I removed it. I had to go to Home Depot, buy a new backing. I just took my measurements and I had them measure it for me, so this was completely a non-issue, and I only invested about $24 in this new piece. Just got to the shop today and I have a hutch to install, so I'm having to move this entire section here. I just had those chairs. I'm going to move it and bring this bookcase here, this one here. We are going to move it to that section and then put the hutch in its place. Let me give you a pan out. This is what we're looking like. And if you watched the last video, you would have seen the reset. So move that bookcase to that space and put the hutch right there. And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying this content and if you find any type of value in it, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and also help other creators find my content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.